Welcome to today's Research Business Daily Report, where it's time to look deeply and seriously at Pokémon Go. Yes, Pokémon Go, the international gaming craze of 2016, and its possibilities as a research component. RBDR is sponsored today and this week by RFL Communications, the research industry's premier news and insight source, and creator of the global top 50 research organization list, whose second annual report has just been released and is available to everyone at no charge. And we'll tell you how you can obtain a complimentary copy for yourself at the end of today's report. 82% of Pokémon Go players, the hottest new pastime of the summer of 2016, say that they have visited a business while playing the game, that according to Slant Marketing. McDonald's stores in Japan are all Pokémon Go stops. They've been running a promotion there as well. That came from supermarketguru.com, which also reported that in Chicago, 8,000 people signed up and showed up for a Pokémon Go meeting, and they were greeted at downtown hotels and restaurants with all kinds of freebies. And the majority of the people in that Chicago meetup were adults. Take a good look close at this picture and you'll see what I'm talking about. Now, we spoke last week with the first person to even speculate on Pokémon Go's potential use for market research. Her name is Zoe Dowling, and she is FocusVision's lead research strategist. She blogged on Green Book blog about the possibilities, and we pressed her to go a little bit further. As I've been known to say, listen and learn. Zoe, when you wrote your piece about Pokémon Go for Green Book a couple of weeks ago, the thought occurred to me, and you kind of made reference to the fact that it could have some utilization in market research. And that's what I wanted to explore with you today. So what are some of the thoughts that you have about where it could, be used for good practical market research capabilities?
Yeah, I think there's a couple of different options and potentials there. One is quite an interesting idea is, can we leverage the game itself, Pokemon Go, and can we, I mean, everybody's out there on the hunt, and can we get some market research data from that, have them think about branding opportunities, thinking about Tony the Tiger, and if we're thinking Kellogg versus other kind of characters, and have them have face-offs at the gyms.
So what you're talking about is going outside Nintendo and Pokemon and actually setting up a Pokemon Go type situation, yourself as a brand using a technical capability.
If a very big brand might want to do that linkage within, go to Nintendo and set that up. Honestly, I think that would take quite a lot of time. So I think that the best option is thinking about how can we take that idea and leverage it in a way that makes sense for that brand and, of course, the category that they're playing in. And if you think of Pokemon Go, and yes, I think one of the things I mentioned in the article is that what was so nice was how everybody was doing it. It was very inclusive. But at the end of the day, it's still going to get to younger people. That's who it's resonating with more. And that's who we are desperate to speak to. It's not as easy to get to them.
And it's perfect for mobile research, which is what we're trying to really, build.
Correct. Mobile is something that, when did we start? 2007, the year of the mobile. And we're now looking at 2017, and we're still talking about it there. And I think what really excited me about Pokemon Go was how there's new ways. Let's think about, does this open up less traditional ways that we've been thinking about it to using something like augmented reality, which is a very immersive experience, but it's very, it could be very rich if you think about it from a brand and from a research perspective.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you need a real smart marketer who's going to, help the brand understand how this could be done and where it could be done.
Thinking of a technological determinism argument, I definitely agree that just because it's there, we shouldn't feel that we have to use it. But we should think about how society and culture today, and how are people interacting with technology, and how can we use that to get closer to their lives, to get closer to who they are, to answer the questions that, of course, we're desperately trying to understand. So I think it's a great way that we can leverage and think differently about mobile, rather than just saying we're going to put our survey, shorten it down, and getting it on mobile. It's not about that approach. It's like, let's think about this as a mechanism itself, and how can we really use it creatively.
So we could use this kind of gamification to drive traffic into a store for a specific brand or for some other purposes, maybe even for the store's purposes, to get people to engage around different areas of the store.
I think it offers the opportunity to connect what we want people to do in store. So if you think around, thinking some research what you did around the snack aisle, and we wanted to understand what people were seeing, what they were picking, and why not. And we used mobile for that, and it was incredibly successful. So I was thinking, well, what's the next level? Okay, so what happens if we said, using your phone and taking this virtual reality, this augmented reality, I should say, layer, and have them point and say, where would you expect to see this product? And so, of course, then we can do an overlay and they can capture that, and you're getting that rich, you're not relying on their explanation of, well, I think, in the middle of there would be good. Or they could select a series of products. Where would you expect to see them, or what would you like to see here? I think it could just draw the bridge between getting us richer information that's not relying on people's memories so much, and putting them in that place.
Our thanks to Zoe for her time and intellectual contribution, and there's how you can contact her at zdowling@focusvision.com. That is your Research Business Daily Report. We've been sponsored by RFL Communications, the research industry's premier news and insight source. Now, if you have not yet seen our second annual Global Top 50 Market Research Organization list, well, you can email us and get a copy at no charge. It is a report that looks at the research industry from a slightly different point of view, one that thinks that the industry is more than just research agencies. It includes non-traditional research organizations, including those that help collect social media data, text analytics, and the like. And the research industry's most important factor besides the agencies, namely suppliers, without whose assistance a huge void would be created for all research projects, are also part of our mix. So send me an email, that's rflbob@gmail.com, rflbob@gmail.com, and we will email you a free copy of the report. We hope you have a great research day and that the rest of your research week is a profitable one. Please enjoy the upcoming weekend, and we'll look forward to seeing you back here Monday with some of our best ofs RBDR. Take care.